when I tell people I do energy work, they first go, what's that? And then they wonder how I got into it. There are two common beliefs around the reason or how I got into energy work. The first one is people believe I was born gifted and that I always had the ability to channel energy and heal. The second belief is that something magical happened in my life that awakened me to my life's purpose and made me, a channeler or a healer. It's a little bit of both, but not in such a romantic, magical way at all. So, for those who believe that I was born like this, yes, I was. But I was not different from you. We are all born with the ability to channel energy and heal ourselves and others. In this case, there are also two possibilities. Some of us are born with the ability to do this easily, maybe even without training. There is people that they can just channel energy whether they know it or they don't. Usually they have a feeling that they can, even if they never had any training. These people can choose to work on developing their gifts more, or they can just decide to go with the flow and follow their gut. Some others, like myself, need to work and train to develop the ability to channel energy and share this energy with others. But in the end, the truth is, if you decided that you want to do what I do, you could. You just need to, as I said, train, learn how, and then you are ready. And when it comes to the magical experience that happened to me, something did happen, but it was not magical at all. 3 years ago or so, I went through a very painful breakup, and that painful experience was what put me into this path. Back then, this broken heart of mine could not take it. I wanted out of it, and it was the pain itself what made me search for a solution, for a way out. I always believed in magic, and that was the first thing that popped into my mind when I was like, so how do I get rid of my pain? And then I went on searching for a spell that could help me encapsulate the pain and just, throw it away so I wouldn't feel it anymore. But all the spells I found were rubbish. So I had to keep searching, and the second thing that popped into the browser was a tarot reading. Okay, that sounded like something a little bit more helpful. So I reached out to this tarot reader, and I requested a reading. But then I really said, I don't want a reading, but I don't know what I want. I mean, I'm going through some pain. I'm feeling pain, and I want it to stop. So what do you think I should do? I mean, you tell me. And then she was like, why don't you come for a Reiki session? I was like, sure, I'll try anything. And then that's how it all started. I went to the first Reiki session, then the second, then the third, and the first 4 months I was going for a session every 10 days or so, until this lady told me or suggested that I learn Reiki. I was like, yeah, why not? I should learn. I mean, I was already interested in magic, so why not? And then that's how it all started. I learned Reiki 1, then during that, some other modalities came up. I learned to read the Akashic records. I learned to remove energy implants. Then I did Reiki 2. Then I did Akashic records 2. Then I became a Reiki master. Then I did energy transmutation training. I did intuition development training. And I don't even remember how many other trainings I did. Crystal healing. And that's how it all started, just because I was in an unbearable pain. I could not take it. I felt that my life was ending. And some people also, when they hear that part of the story, they think that I was either weak or unstable already. And, you know, I was. um, but the good thing about this painful experience is that after a while, when the pain was a little bit less, I could see that my pain was not coming from the breakup. Though I love this guy very much, and I saw sharing the rest of my life with him. And so there was a factor, that was the factor that hurt. But really the pain kind of grew exponentially, because there were already things that were standing on my way even before the breakup. And what the breakup did was just show me all those other wounds that I did not care to look at before. It was a painful, in my opinion, slow process to get out of that. But when I look back now, I realized that I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if that very painful experience hadn't happened to me or for me. And this is what I want to share with you. Last year was a very difficult year for most people. Lots of people lost an important person, family members, friends, partners. Some people lost their jobs. Some people maybe even lost their house because they couldn't keep paying for the mortgage. Some people fall into depression because they were used to live a very active lifestyle, and suddenly they saw themselves having to stay indoors, and they didn't have the distractions that they used to have, and so they had no other option but to look at themselves. For all of us, in different degrees, last year was challenging. At the end of last year, or even before that, I saw on social media a lot of people saying, finally, the year 2020 is over. Like, bye-bye 2020, we don't want to see you again. And, all these kind of things, like hoping that this year will be better. I mean, and it's very, it's understandable that no one likes to go through pain. No one likes to go through difficulties. But what I learned from my pain, my difficult experience, was that if we give the pain the chance to teach us something, to help us wake up, to help us open our eyes to other aspects of ourselves that we didn't want to look at, or we didn't care to look at, or maybe we didn't even know they were there. If we give the painful experience the ability to teach us something, it will. It will teach us. It will show us what we have to work on. It will show us what whatever is pulling us down. It will show us what we need to let go of. And to get to the other side of the pain, we need to be very strong and we need to be patient. And that's not an easy thing when we are in pain. But if we manage to push through it, once we reach the other side, and really, even during us walking through the experience, we are going to learn so much about ourselves and about the way we approach life, the way we see life, the way we see ourselves, and the way we portray ourselves to others or to the world in general. So if you are right now going through a very difficult period in your life, a very difficult experience, or you've recently experienced something that broke your heart or broke you, know that there is a reason for it. And I know, really, trust me, I know. If you are still in the middle or at the beginning of that pain, most probably you won't be able to see the bright side or the positive side or the teaching. But hang in there, because you have the strength to, and because when you get out of it, when you open your eyes to the experience, you will see why this happened. What was the reason for it to happen? What is teaching you? What can you learn? How can you grow? Letting go of something, whether it's a person or a thing, even a belief, is hard. Change, if it's the first time you are changing, it's hard. And even if it's the second, third, fourth time that you are changing, at the beginning, change will be difficult. But it is necessary. It took me almost 2.5 years to recover from that pain. And even though sometimes I still find it difficult to say I am grateful for the pain, I know I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have the life I have if that did not happen to me. It had to happen. It had to happen for me to be a new person, for me to heal all the other things that I was dragging with me and I didn't see them. And my heartbreak opened my eyes to all of the other things that I had to work on. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the awareness I gained due to that heartache. And so I don't want to sound romantic, and I don't want to sound like, or I don't want to minimize your pain. I don't want to make you look away from it. On the contrary, I invite you to look right into the eyes of that pain, right into the center of the pain. And that's my invitation to you. Be strong, because you can be strong. It is true when they say that life doesn't throw at you anything that you cannot handle. Even if you feel you cannot handle it, you can. Otherwise, you wouldn't be living this. So cry as much as you want to cry, or as much as you need to cry. Feel the pain. but don't let it tackle you down for too long. Whenever you can, take a breath, do that. If there is people around you offering you their help, take it. Make use of the tools that you have around, because trust me, you have. But sometimes the pain does not allow us to see them. The pain does not allow us to see beyond itself. And maybe you're listening to this and you are like, no, I really don't have anything to hold on to. I am all alone in the world. I have no friends, no family. I have no one. There is no solution for my problem. Trust me. Even if it looks super dark, there is a solution. There is a solution. There is always a solution. So let the universe show you that solution. Try to keep your mind as calm as possible for as long as you can, even if it's just a minute a day, 30 seconds. Open yourself to the possibility of receiving wisdom and guidance from the universe, and you will receive it. Let your pain show you what you need to work on. Let it teach you. The lessons you need to learn. If you give it the chance, you will discover that until it is not necessary anymore, pain is your best teacher. I hope this video was useful. I'll see you later.